All right, so today is the 13th of May 2026, and we're gonna keep it as short as possible today because literally not much has changed. Besides the fact that CPI numbers came out really bad, in my opinion, not much has changed. So we'll get into the news, data, and charts after I mention that this content is for educational purposes only and it's not financial advice. Always do your own research before making financial decisions. And with that being said, I was definitely expecting Mr. Trump to say something about, the stocks, the CPI numbers, and he did. He did. He said that the stock markets will go through the roof when war ends. Of course, maybe it will, but when will the war end? Because it doesn't seem like he's making too much progress in that regard. So there's that. And Crypto over here is right. Buy the rumor, sell the news. That's exactly what I believe will happen also with the Clarity Act. Like people have been expecting this for so long that I believe it's already so priced in. We have no idea how priced in this is. But just to quickly summarize, um, the key thing here isn't just the Clarity Act itself. It's basically the fact that 100 plus amendments um, were filed right before the markup vote. So this is interesting because it tells traders two things. Washington is taking crypto markets, like the crypto market structure, seriously now, and secondly, it says that there's still heavy negotiations behind the scenes. So yeah, tomorrow is gonna be such an important day. Like we have no idea how important tomorrow is because if this doesn't go through, this might get pushed to 2030 most likely. So yeah, maybe it could finally collapse the price of Bitcoin if it doesn't pass. If it does, we could see a small pump. I don't expect it to pump much more from here, and then eventually will still go below 60K. That's what I would that's what I'm seeing in the charts and in the economy. That just my point of view. But the interesting part in this is that a regulatory clarity has shifted from being a fear narrative to a potential adoption narrative. So there is hope here. I'm not gonna lie. Like this Clarity Act will eventually pass, even if it happens tomorrow or in the next 4 years, it will pass. And if in case it passes in like 4 years from now, that could be a great catalyst for the bull market. But anyways, now in terms of ETFs, there has been a pretty significant outflow on Ethereum yesterday and even on Bitcoin, but much smaller than Ethereum. I think it was like 30 million or so, but on Ethereum quite significant. Now, if we look on the liquidation, we can see on the 24-hour, oh, it's slightly shifting to the longs now. So we can finally see more longs getting liquidated than shorts, which is good for us bears. Daily exchange volume still not impressive. Yeah, there's that. And if we look on the chart really quick, we keep it as simple as possible. We're still within this rising wedge. We're still below resistance. So we have this structure here. We're still below this. I expect this to be a pretty significant resistance. On the hourly, I wanted to say the 4 hourly. We are still, well, RSI is fine here. Volume, still nothing fancy. We are above the Monday high, which is, well, interesting. Sorry, the Monday low, my bad. So we are still above the Monday low, which is interesting. Price is still quite strong considering the CPI numbers from yesterday. But clearly you can see here, this is definitely just a lower high. So we have this, the highest point, then we pumped to 82,456, then another lower high. So market looks exhausting in my opinion here, and it's just a matter of time until we break below the rising wedge. And when that happens, well, let's just say hopefully we will see a decent breakdown from here. Maybe this M pattern will finally play out as well. We'll see. I'm not saying that it will crash instantly. I'm still expecting to see some type of reaction from the 50% Fibonacci and the 618, like I said in last video as well. So yeah, but you can see we also have the MAs around these areas. Let's see on the daily where yeah. So you can see that on the daily, let me just make this a bit bigger. It's very mixed. Let me just get rid of this rising wedge here. Okay, so I hope it makes more clear. It's more clear now. So below the 200 MA, we've talked about this already, but what's interesting is that the 50 MA and the 100 MA aligns nicely with the 50% and 618 Fibonacci. And that also aligns with the VWAP. So if we take it from here, yeah. So I would expect some reaction from these areas. But that basically what we'll do is it will do something like this, maybe form a lower high and then lower. So that's what I'm expecting. So I'll see you in tomorrow's video.